And not only that, but she drives you to all your performances, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does, yeah.
So she's actually present in the flesh when you're telling these jokes about her.
Yeah. I get most of my laughs out of my wife, yeah. Sorry, the audience.
Oh. I think we better see whether what he's saying is a fair and accurate portrait of his wife or not. So let's bring in Bobby's wife, Nora. I'm absolutely shocked that you look like that, Nora.
So am I.
I just can't get away from it, can I?
I mean, he makes you sound like an absolute no-hope, but you're a star.
It's very nice of you to say so, Vanessa, but I've just got used to the jokes by now. I don't like them, but I just have to keep saying to myself, it's just his job.
You've always wanted the chance to tell a couple of anti-husband jokes.
Well, yes, true. I mean, to look at him, you know...
Watch it.
You'd think he was the most handsome man in the world, but Vanessa, when he was born, he was so ugly, the midwife slapped his mother.
Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, we like that! We like that! Can you do another one?
Well, one time, he thought, well, you know, I might get a bit more enjoyment, so I sent his photo off to a Lonely Hearts Club. They sent it back, Vanessa. They said, well, we're not that lonely.
Watch it. Watch it.
Yes! Revenge is sweet, Bobby.
Well, it's nice to get the chance, because normally it is embarrassing.
By the way, this is my second wife. I just say that to keep her on her toes.
I do, when Bobby's doing his act, I laugh out of politeness, really, but it's not...
Oh, yeah?
It's not too bad if people don't know that I'm his wife. But sometimes he actually points me out in the audience and he'll say, will you get me a drink? And then he might say, well, this is my wife. And then it becomes embarrassing to me then, because people do look. And sometimes I find that people look to see if I'm laughing before they'll laugh at gags, because they think, well, I might get a noise.
And are you laughing, or are you just pretending going, ha, ha,
I do laugh. I do laugh because he's at work and I can't sit there with a face, because then his act wouldn't work then, because it does work. It works the way it is. I've never tried to get him to change it, even though I'm not too happy with it. I've never tried to get him to change it.
I bet you fake orgasms as well, don't you?
This is the moment to tell him if you do or not, Nora, do you?
No, I've never gone that far.
What do you think of What do you think, Nora, of Mr. Christmas and old Steve sitting next to you there?
As I said, I don't know how their wives put up with him, because I put up with Bobby because that's his job. That is his job, but it's not your job. You don't have to do it. So I really don't. Your girlfriend's the same medal.
What's going to happen December the 25th if they don't do it?
There you go.
Poor little kids out there, right?
I just don't know.
And what about stuffing? A bit of the meat market, isn't it?
Occupational hazard. That's what you're trying to say.
Well, it is Bobby's occupation.
You want to watch it? His elves are coming in a minute.
Is that your dog, by the way?
That is, that's Pickles.
Don't forget, you know, by the way, a dog isn't just for Christmas. If you cook it right, it should last till New Year's Eve.
You didn't hear that, Pickles. You didn't hear that.
Boo!
No.
Listen to this. If you're a Coronation Street fan, you'll know that Derek and Mavis have lost something from their garden. Well, we think we found it. Please welcome Nobbin.
Leave me alone. Oh. Hello. Hiya.
Oh, hello, Nobbin. Were you born a gnome, or did you come to gnomedom latterly?
My mother said I was born... I just don't know. She didn't know where she had me, actually. My mother said I was born lucky, so I decided to become a gnome.
Truthfully speaking, Nobbin.
But she didn't say I was born under a mushroom.
Oh, for goodness sake. Truthfully speaking, you're an extremely short person.
Very.
5'2", in fact.
Yes.
and you thought you got so sick of being teased for being a shorty, you thought you'd become a gnome?
Yes. Yes. I used to work on the railway. They used to say, watch that uniform, there's somebody in it.
So you thought, I've had enough of these jokes, a gnome. I'm
Yes.
going to be a gnome.
I'm going to be a gnome because it's something different.
And a gnome you are. A gnome you have been ever since.
I am a professional gnome.
When you were getting your gnome costume made, they told you that they could supply you 2 gnome costumes for a bargain price.
That's right. And it's that is a bargain.
Now, believe it or not, everybody, this fellow has a wife.
Yes, I'm married. Yes, I'm married.
Now, your wife is called Angela.
Yes.
So you said to her, Angela, I would like you to become Minnie the gnome.
Yes.
I would like you to put on this bargain gnome costume.
Yes.
And I would like you to join me in a life of gnomedom.
Yes. That was before the vicar found out.
I mean, all we can do really is to wait and see whether Angela, your wife, became Minnie the gnome or not. Come in, Angela!
Don't you tell them too much.
Shut up.
Don't you tell them too much.
I will.
Private our affairs.
It's not. I'm married to you.
Pardon?
I'm married to you.
Worst luck.
Well,
You wouldn't even sing fiddly diddly at the altar, would you?
no.
Is he a fun guy to be with?
Yeah. He's unpredictable. You never know what he's going to do next. Big baby. Big baby.
I'm divorcing you.
Good. I'll have the money first, and then I'll run.
Is it a small house, or is there much room in there?
Angela, would you prefer it if I call you Minnie?
Minnie, please.
Minnie the gnome?
Yes.
You take your eyes off my missus.
Is it fun being a gnome?
It's all right now, yeah, of course.
Dance around the mushroom all night. Nobody else does it, so somebody has to do it.
We do it.
Do you? With a beard like that, I'm not surprised.
Nice, well, just shows that they're not all locked up, are they?
Is it true that you sit round in a grotto at home eating mushrooms?
Yeah, yeah.
But you see, oh sorry, it's got very bad now. Because you see, with the warm winter, with the warm summer it was, the price has gone up. We really can't afford them anymore. So you've got to see, eat normal food.
Is it true that you do sort of strange gnomish dances?
Yes.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
One of them entitled I'm a Leprechaun and I'm okay or something?
I'm a leprechaun and I'm okay. Do-de-do-de-do-de-do-de-do. Yeah. The next door neighbour has a great time. She says, I'm reporting you to the council. I'm sick of us. 12 o'clock at night. I'm a leprechaun and I'm okay.
Do you know where Mavis and Derek Wilton's gnomes are?
Here in the Vannesa studio.
Are they related to you?
Well, we think so. All gnomes are related. But it's such a big family they've spread out. You had the Irish famine. Somebody went over to America and never been seen since.
Are you sure this ain't a Christmas show?
I do not know what kind of show this is. I'm in total shock. Minnie, at some point, do you ever wish that you had a husband who was not a gnome?
Well, I wish I had a husband that was normal, and he's not.
Thank you very much, everybody. That's all we've got time for.
The medication.
I'm delighted to say that's all we've got time for. I can't cope with another minute of this gnomedom. And thank you very much indeed for watching the show. Lots of love and see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Odd couples tomorrow, if any could be odder than today's lot. Vannesa returns at 2:20. Next this afternoon is the last in our series about special babies.